into an entrepreneurial adventure, but you're not quite sure where to start? This channel interviews the movers and shakers in their niche. Watch the shows on this channel to get some business ideas or to connect with the businesses here and that are providing a solution for your problem. PSI TV helps businesses increase their visibility to a new audience by giving them a bigger presence through TV, which makes TV available and affordable. Beyond ads, biz brands can now have a channel presence with their content. We are the Netflix of biz brands. If you have a passionate message, the solution to a problem, a new book or product launch, and want to impact a new and expansive audience, have your audience say, I saw you on TV. PSI TV is proud to bring you another star, this time in the self-empowerment niche. Faust Ruggiero is the author of the Fix Yourself Handbook, which won literary awards from the Literary Titans, the Nonfiction Writers Association, and Indie Reader. He has been a counselor for more than 30 years and co-created a counseling program for drunk drivers that was first adopted by his home state of Pennsylvania, then adopted for implementation by other states. Faust, thank you so much for being my guest today.
Rudy, it is my pleasure. Thanks for asking me.
So Faust, tell us a little bit about this counseling program for drunk drivers that not only your state, but other states have adopted.
You know, that goes way back into the 80s, right before I started private practice. I was working in an alcohol counseling center, and they asked us to put together some type of a counseling program for drunk drivers, because what the Pennsylvania had at that time was you got arrested, you went through the system, lost your license, and that was the end of it. They wanted to target people who had a problem. Let's see if we can't counsel some of these people, to get some of the people that may have some severe alcohol issues and educate them, as well as prepare them for a counseling experience. So we put that together. Other states in the local area, New Jersey, because we're in Pennsylvania, New York, they started to see it. And then before we knew it, most of the country was putting in some type of a plan that was very close to what we outlined.
Well, that's amazing, because see a need, fill a need, and there we go. So you have this book, the Fix Yourself Handbook. Do you have it nearby, Faust? Can you show it to us?
I do. I can.
There you go. So what was the problem that you saw that prompted you to write this book, the Fix Yourself Handbook?
Well, you know, when you're a counselor in private practice, you know, you're taught all these different things that you should do, all the different therapeutic interventions and therapies. And as I looked at them, I found just parts that I thought were old, outdated, or didn't work well. So I began to work with something I call processes, life processes. I put together a program and 52 processes in that, things like honesty and learning how to love yourself, all those kinds of things, you know. And we put them all together into a program that became the Fix Yourself Handbook. So it's the written interpretation of the counseling program that we did in the office.
Okay, so would you say that, you know, because I know there's probably less of a stigma these days, but there used to be quite a stigma around mental health and seeking help and so forth. So for the person who's somewhat reluctant to go, say, see a counselor, would you say at least look at the Fix Yourself Handbook? Would they get some decent help out of that if they were just trying to DIY themselves a bit?
No, truly, when I designed the book, I took a good full year to really answer all those kind of questions. And one of the things that I wanted this book to do was to simulate a counseling experience. So, you know, when you come into counseling, you come in with one or two problems. You know, I'm going to get divorced, I'm depressed, I have anxiety, whatever it may be. But then as we counsel, we overturn a lot of stones and we find many things wrong. So the book is designed for that. It's 36 chapters, 36 different problems, all the kind of things we find in a counseling session. And I wrote them in very short chapters, 3 to 5 pages. And then at the end of each chapter, I give people exactly what they should do to help deal with that particular problem. And that's essentially what we do in a counseling experience. We outline problems, give information, give the exact steps, and then hopefully the people can go out and take that and run with it on their own.
Wow, that's really awesome. So kind of said it, but if you could be a little bit more crystal clear, who would actually benefit the most from this book? And you kind of also said it, but what specifically can readers look forward to if they get this book?
And when I wrote it, I did not want it to do what many self-help books was to, target a niche. When I began to write this, publishers were saying, well, your niche is probably going to be the 18 to 45 female. And I said, well, gee, wait a minute. All the rest of the people don't get these books. So when I wrote it, I designed it for anyone. You can be 16, you can be 60. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what race you are, sexual, preferences, anything. If you are a human being who wants to work to get better, this book will help you do that. That's what it's designed to do for anyone. And what you can look forward to is to hitting every little problem, all those things like people pleasing and anger and envy and all those things that cause us problems. You will find how to fix those, and then access some of the PowerPoints like wisdom and passion, creativity. So I wanted to, and it's written in kind of a journey, kind of a format. So people start in the beginning when things seem broken, and it takes them all the way through to a point in their lives where things are balanced and it feels good.
Okay, so on that note, Faust, happiness really seems to be elusive to so many today. Why do you think that is?
That's easy. We have become a dependent population who relies on everything outside of ourselves to be happy. That's a very fragile way to live life, because if you're depending on something outside of you, you better hope it's there all the time and it's going to be just what you need. And what I want to train people to do is be powerful on the inside, to empower themselves so that whatever comes up in their lives, they're able to deal with that. So, the whole program is about creating productive, happy people who are strong on the inside and then can control their external environment just a little better.
Well, I can tell you that is for real, because there are lots of people I come across that think, oh, if I could, just be with this person, then I'd be happy. Or if my business would just make me $1 million, then I'd be happy. And they're waiting for this external next thing, next. And you're saying that it doesn't have to be that way.
No, it doesn't. And when it is that way, when we get to the destination, we're not happy anyway, because that came from outside of ourselves. We don't know how to make it feel good inside. I want people to get up in the beginning of the day. It's that old story. The strongest person in the world is the one that needs the least. I want them to feel strong enough so they need nothing out there but what they have inside. Then the rest of it, that's icing on the cake. That's wonderful. But let's be happy with who we are and be with the people out there. If we're broken, if we're not dealing with things well, we're going to go, and then what we're going to do is draw on rote. These are the programs. Try this, do this. But when we do that ourselves, and then we continue to reference all these points that have to change, it just keeps us stronger and more in tune with what's going on with us and how the people are living and how the world is changing, because we have to keep up with that too.
Yes, because I think that if someone's teaching something, they should be able to model it. So I totally agree with that. So Faust, there's no way to exhaust everything, but is there anything else that you would like to share?
I would just tell people, and I say this all the time when I end an interview, is everything you need in life to be happy and productive, you already have. We just got away from using these things. What I'm doing is teaching people how to go right back inside, get all the things that are already there, learn how to use them, become happy, become productive, and then wrap that around the rest of your world. If you can do that, you'll find that you can become a very happy person relatively quickly, and it's a program for life, so it's there for you every day.
As you say that, an image just came into my head. The other day, I was looking for something that I needed, and I thought I was going to have to go and buy it. And I was just, I said, okay, I'm going to go buy it. So I put on my list of things to do to go buy it. And then I was just, moving around the house, tidying up little things here and there. And voila, there it was. I had it all along. And it sounds to me like you're saying that a lot of the things that we really need to be happy are really already there. We just need to find a way to tap into it. But if you don't know, I mean, you know, as I'm listening to you, Foster, people who will hear you and not necessarily believe that. And then there's some who may believe it, but obviously they don't know how to do it. And then there's some who think they know how to do it, and then they get frustrated because it didn't work. So at the end of the day, maybe they need to see a counselor, but the Fix It Yourself handbook, I think, sounds like a great starting point.
It'll either replace that if you want to do it yourself, or it's the kind of thing that it can make you feel comfortable, introduce you to what a counseling environment will be. Because, you know, again, we're counselors. I don't just write the book and say, okay, that's great. You read the book, you're going to be great. There are times in the book I'll say, look, if you can't do this yourself, by all means, talk to a friend, talk to family members, get to a counselor, because sometimes that's what people need. So by all means, you know, it's a great aid. It's a reference book that'll be with you for all your life if you want to keep things going. But in the meantime, if you need a little extra help in addition to that, I say go get it.
I'm also gonna think that, you know, even if they need help, sometimes people don't know how to articulate what it is that they need. And so sometimes it's like, that's it right there. That is the thing that needs to be addressed. And then they now have a way to identify, to even know what to talk to the counselor about, because it's like, that was it. I just couldn't put my finger on it, but that's it.
And that's what I get a lot of. You know, people will say, I knew I had to change some things, but I couldn't figure out what they were. And they're all listed in here. And even if, you know, they use the book, or they say, gee, that's the stuff I have to go talk about, it starts to get the whole process going. And that's what this is all about.
Fantastic. So Faust, how are folks gonna get the book or connect with you?
The book you can get anywhere, Amazon, Barnes and Noble, that kind of thing. We sell it on my website. That is www.faustruggiero.com, my name, or type in the Fix Yourself Handbook. It'll get you to the website. The website will give you everything you need to know about the book, about the whole program. There are excerpts from the book so you can see if it fits you, all the interviews so you can see if does this guy really know what he's talking about? That it's all there, faustruggiero.com.
And I will type that website in the credit, guys, so that you, because this is not an easy name to spell, I can guarantee you that. So, all right, well, that's amazing. Guys, the self-empowerment niche. This is a time where I think people have been more open than ever to addressing that self-care, that piece of them, that mental health piece of them that has been long ignored, long overdue to be addressed. And guys, we don't have to buy our way into happiness, because that, as Faust is saying, you've got it already on the inside. We just need to figure out how to find it and how to tap into it. And the Fix It Yourself handbook seems like a great place to start. And I'm personally going to get myself a copy. I can tell you that. That is for sure. That's going to be on my shelf. Thank you so much for being my guest today, Faust.
It has been a pleasure. I hope everyone learned a little bit. Please contact me. You can contact me on the website. Please do so if you have any questions. Tracy, thank you.
Thank you.